Now we're ready to reinstall the lower unit. One last thing I've done is you want to put a little dab of grease on the splines where the power shaft plugs into the power head. Also, I'll put just a little bit of grease on the rubber grommet where the water pipe connection is. So just get you a couple of bolts handy. Let's install this thing. All you got to do is just kind of ease that up into the lower end of the power unit. And as you get it up there kind of close, just kind of wiggle it around. You'll feel that power shaft ease up into that lower unit. Then just kind of line it up on those dowels, give it a little wiggle. There we go. All right, she's in there. Take you a bolt, start it up in there. I've got all the bolts in this lower unit now. And what I'm doing here is I've just kind of run them up kind of finger tight. And I'm just kind of going around this thing a little at a time and just kind of snugging those up a little as I go. And what that does is that kind of squares this thing up on the dowel pans and kind of settles the lower unit onto this casting. That way you don't put nothing in a bind and possibly damage it. Just kind of work your way around, snug them all down a little bit at a time until you feel them all bottom out. There you go. And pull them on down tight. Alright, there we have it. Our last thing to install is going to be the shift linkage. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to have me a wrench here handy. And I'm just going to take the shift lever and I'm going to very slowly ease that barrel nut down onto the shift shaft until I feel it just barely come in contact with it, just like that. Then I'm going to start threading that onto the shaft. And I'm going to run it up until it just comes in contact with the jam nut, just like that. Then I'll grab me a second wrench. We'll snug that up. Then we'll run it through the gears a few times, make sure everything's in proper adjustment, and we should be good to go. Next, we're going to change the lower unit oil, and this is pretty easy to do. Basically, you've got a drain screw down here on the bottom, then you have a vent screw up here on the top side. Now, the second screw here is a flush out for cleaning out the power head if you've run in salt water or in really dirty water conditions where you want to flush that out real good. So we're not going to mess with this one here. So all we got to do is just take the drain screw out. Then we'll take the vent out, and that will allow all that lower unit oil to drain out. Now our lower unit is fully drained out, so now we're going to refill it. And what we're going to do is we're going to pump oil in from the bottom. We're going to fill it all the way up until it comes out of the vent hole up here at the top. Now this is what I use to fill my lower units with. This is just a generic little pump I got in my local Walmart, and it'll pretty much screw onto just about any size 1 quart gear lube bottle. And it comes with a little piece of hose, and it's got a threaded adapter that fits most of your drain screws. So all we got to do is we'll take our adapter, we're just going to thread that into the bottom of the lower unit. Now we got that adapter in place, then we'll take my pump, connect it to the hose, just like that. And then we'll just pump this gear lube into the bottom, and we'll just pump it until we see it start coming out the top. Okay, now you see gear oil coming out of that vent hole there. You see it's kind of bubbling, so I'm going to kind of just let it settle for a second. Then I'm going to hit it a few more times and make sure we get all the air worked out of it. There we go. Yeah, okay. She's pretty well full right there. So now I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to reinstall the vent plug. Snug it up. Just like that. Now I'm going to disconnect the pump. Then I'm going to remove the adapter, then reinstall the drain plug. If you do it in this order, when you take the drain plug out, you won't lose but just a few drops of oil, so that way you can be sure you still got the lower unit full. Just like that. All right, we about got this wrapped up. Well, alrighty guys, that's going to wrap up our water pump and lower unit service for our Suzuki 25 horse outboard. Yeah, it wasn't too hard of a job to do. I mean, shoot, no redneck like me can do it. By golly, you can do it too. Alright. Well, appreciate y'all watching, and leave me a couple of comments in the comment section below. And as always, y'all have a good one. We'll catch y'all next time around.